Hi everyone, I'm Laura Walton, President of CUPE's Ontario School Board Council of Unions. I wanted to speak to locals and our members about the death of our CUPE sister, Ingrid Salt, and about some of the things that her passing has made us reflect on. It's taken me a while to get my thoughts together. Like everyone who works in schools, I'm caught between mourning a union sister and the loss of a spectacular coworker, and the fear of what Ingrid's death means for those who work in schools, with students, and their families. As you'll know by now, Ingrid was a child and youth worker with the Toronto Catholic District School Board. I didn't know her personally, but what I've learned since her death is that she was one of the best of the best. She supported her students, her family, and her coworkers, and she did it with love and passion. I know her family, friends, and coworkers, as well as her students, will feel her loss forever. Then, because I'm a union leader, I worry about what's next for our members. What happens to them if schools shut down? What happens to them if schools stay open? What can we do to make sure our members are safe at work? Can they stay safe at work? My colleagues and I have done a lot of soul searching since Ingrid's death, and I'm going to share our thoughts in a series of messages to members. This is the first one. When the pandemic hit and schools were closed, as education workers, we felt lucky and grateful because we were not laid off. And we were lucky. Some of us continued working, and almost all of us kept getting paid. When we knew we were going back to the classrooms, workplaces, and schools in September, we were eager and anxious at the same time. We do the heavy lifting that lets schools stay open, but we're also the lowest paid workers in the education system. So some of us went back to work because we couldn't afford to be without a paycheck. Some of us went and stayed at home because we had underlying health conditions and couldn't safely return. And this is where I have to call the actions of Ingrid's employer into question. The Toronto Catholic District School Board has routinely denied and continues to deny requests from its education support staff for workplace accommodations in the face of COVID-19. This has meant that they cannot work virtually even if their health requires it. Now, Toronto Catholic District School Board may be one of the worst boards for denying COVID-19 accommodation requests, but it's not the only one. Still, Toronto Catholic District School Board told its education support workers that regardless of any concerns that they had about their own health or the health of their family members, they had to report in September to brick and mortar schools. Those are Toronto Catholic District School Board's words. It was either that or take an unpaid leave. I don't know if Sister Ingrid requested or needed an accommodation. I don't mean to imply that she did or that the board denied her. But I do know this. In September, CUPE filed more than 40 grievances with Toronto Catholic District School Board on behalf of members who were denied workplace accommodations because of COVID-19. They may have asked because they or a member of their household was at risk. Regardless, each one was denied, and none of these grievances are even close to being resolved. At the same time, Toronto Catholic District School Board operates St. Anne's Catholic Academy, a school for virtual learning that hosts 28,000 students. The board is staffing the school's virtual office with temporary agency workers and retirees, all while there are education support workers sitting at home unpaid. A few weeks ago, Toronto Catholic District School Board decided to allow more students to switch to online classes. So because it now has substantially more students online, Toronto Catholic District School Board is increasing class sizes in the brick and mortar schools. And I'll just point out that Toronto District School Board, just next door, did not allow this midterm switch, but Toronto Catholic District School Board did. These are some of the initial things that we have learned and discussed immediately following the death of Sister Ingrid Salt. But there are so many other issues that have come up, and I will address them separately. Thank you for listening.